Hello fellow scrubs, I'm Danalynnex, and today I'm walking you through Overwatch, specifically Ana today. Now Ana, for those of you who don't know, is an old gal with a snarky attitude and a no-nonsense demeanor. Like most Overwatch characters, her story is kind of shrouded in mystery. From what we do know from her short film and comic books, she is a founding member of the Overwatch team and also the mother of another big Overwatch character, Pharah. During a covert mission, Ana was surprised to find Emily Lacroix, aka Widowmaker. I can't actually say her name, I don't speak French, sorry. And was so surprised to see her because she was a fellow comrade's wife, and he died. So they thought she was missing too. Ana hesitated, and in that time, Widowmaker shot her in the eye. So she was long thought dead by the rest of her comrades, leaving her teammates behind and her daughter. In-game, she is a powerful healer and can completely control the situation if played correctly. Problem is, you're going to always have to hit your target. Ana is not noob friendly. I repeat, not noob friendly. Don't let that deter you. You can practice in the practice room or, annoy pugs in quick play. Sorry. However, please be courteous and do not use her in competitive mode until you feel comfortable. So Ana has 4 main components. She can sleep, she can heal, she can stop healing, and she can boost the healing. Her ultimate is super useful because it can lessen damage on a player and also increase the damage they give. So it must be used wisely. Certain situations might call for different tactics when playing Ana, but here are some key elements you should remember. Number 1, always heal first. Your main job is to keep your teammates alive, not get kills. This is especially true when you're the only healer on your team. And your rifle, it doesn't do a lot of damage, so always heal first. That is your main objective. There are many ways to go about healing. First, you can shoot your teammates. Second, you can throw your Biotic Grenade, which does healing at first, but also boosts the healing that you do. So, pro tip, throw the grenade first, then start shooting. So first tip, shoot your teammates. You'll hear Ana say, "Take your medicine," and not in a British accent. That was kind of funny. And the second thing to do is to throw that Biotic Grenade. It not only heals, but it also boosts the healing. So this is especially useful on tanks when they're really low, and it also can save a squishy's life. Throw and throw and throw, but also remember, you can shoot them afterwards and it'll do a lot more healing. You also need to remember though to be a little stingy with that grenade because Ana does not self-heal. So you have to sometimes throw it on yourself. So the best way to go about this is to run up to somebody who also needs healing and then look down and throw it. And that way you get the heals that you need and also you're not wasting it on just yourself. 2, play the field. You should always be out of the line of fire behind your friends. So you should be able to see everything going on, not only with your team, but the team coming at you. So how do you play the field? Well, something to remember is Ana is not very mobile. So you have to use that sleep dart a lot, but there are many sticky situations that you can get into if you do or do not have that sleep dart. So one pro tip, always have your headphones on. Something that's really important as Ana is being able to hear footsteps. Why is this? Because there are flankers. There's Tracer, Genji, and Reaper, and those are your biggest problems that you'll face. You're going to need that sleep dart to get rid of them because they will kill you. So what do you do when you have one of those 3 flankers? You either need to stay out of sight and kind of snipe from an angle or snipe from an area where they don't necessarily know where you are yet, and you need to be able to move around behind your team. However, sometimes they're gonna find you. So you have to be really stingy with your sleep dart sometimes and you're gonna have to use it. Remember, it has a very, very slow animation, so you're most likely gonna miss, so make it count. In the worst case scenario, if you miss, throw your Biotic Grenade at them. Sometimes a little bit of damage at a flanker is enough to scare them away for you to then run away. And I mean run. Get to a tank, get to a DPS, get to someone who can help you. And make sure they can see you and help you. And if you're on the mic, even better, Call it out. Of course, there are other reasons to use your sleep dart other than saving your ass. It is a fantastic way to shut down enemy ultimates. What kind of ultimates am I talking about? Soldier 76, there's Roadhog, there's Reaper, really good against Reaper. Genji, which is hilarious if you can land it, that is. You're going to save your team's ass, and they're gonna thank you for it. And there are also more reasons to use your sleep dart. Sometimes there is a certain player on the other team shutting down your entire team. There could be a Widowmaker, a Bastion who's parked in a really nice spot, or an aggro bro Reinhardt who's just hammering it out on your team. Use your sleep dart, your team will thank you for that too. Number 3. Throwing your Biotic Grenade at healers is great because you want the healers to go down first. The less healing they do to their team, the more your team can then go in and completely wipe them. But if you can't get a healer, it's still good to throw that Biotic Grenade at the group or at especially squishies, because the faster you get them down, the less damage that goes onto your team. Number 4, your ultimate, the Nano Boost. Now, you need to remember when you get your ultimate, make sure you spam and tell your team that your ultimate is ready.
All soldiers are hot. Nano Boost is ready to deploy.
The last thing you want is to give someone your ultimate and they just stand there because they don't know what to do anymore. It's like a deer in the headlights. They just stop and are like, oh no, I have the ultimate. I have ultimate power. And then it's gone. And they did nothing and you wasted it. Also, when you spam your ult, it lets other people know to tell you that their ult is ready. This is really good for you because you want to pair those together. So who should you Nano Boost? Well, first you need to think about who can do a lot of damage, who is going to need your ult to not be damaged while doing it, and will your Nano Boost increase their ult as well? That means someone like Genji, who we've all seen it, it's super sad, but he'll start his little ult and then he'll die. And nothing is sadder than seeing a Genji who doesn't get to use his Dragon Blade and cut someone's face off. So who are the other people that you should give the ult to other than just Genji? There's Reaper, McCree, a charged up Zarya, Reinhardt, Pharah, Bastion, Torbjorn, and Tracer. Those are the people that are high priority in giving the ult to. Lesser priority are people who, yes, they would benefit from getting your Nano Boost, like from less damage or just getting a little more damage with their regular stuff, but it doesn't help their ult at all. So they literally don't matter during an ult phase. You can just give it to them to keep them alive or to help them boost the damage. However, I still would suggest giving it to the higher priorities I just mentioned. However, these people you can give it to as well if it's a little more dire. And they're as follows. Diva. Now, Diva, you can keep her in the front lines longer, and you can also make it so that her little pellets do more damage. But again, this does not help her ult at all. Once she hits her ult, your Nano Boost is gone. So I've actually watched somebody use my Nano Boost and then immediately ult, so it was wasted completely. So only give it to Diva if she doesn't have her ult ready and she's the only one near a payload or a checkpoint. Another sort of waste, but okay to give to if you need to, is Widowmaker. I highly shun it just because she doesn't really need it. She already does a lot of damage and she shouldn't be taking on a lot of damage. There's not a huge point to giving it to her unless she's on the point or on a payload and is helping the team out other than sniping. And lastly, there's Symmetra. It does kind of help her get closer to the enemy and then use her little beam to kill people, but it doesn't help any of her ults and it just really doesn't do much for the team. So again, always think about high priority people first, them second if you have to. And the last thing, the lowest priority, is any supports like Mercy, Lucio, or Zenyatta. It doesn't help their ult at all. Mercy doesn't do any damage, or at least shouldn't be unless she's being attacked for some reason. And then Lucio and Zenyatta, yeah, it might help them do their little thing, but they do such little damage that it's not that helpful. The only time you give it to any of those three is to keep them alive long enough to use one of their ults, and that's in dire situations. And most of the time, you can just throw your Biotic Grenade at one of them, shoot them a little bit, and then maybe sleep dart the person trying to kill them. Otherwise, okay, use it, but very, very situational. Alright Scrubs, my Ana walkthrough is over and I hope I made you a little less scrubby. Tap that like button and please subscribe to SLAYTRIX and maybe some of our other channels like HissyFit and Snarl. And if I missed anything in our Ana walkthrough, please comment below and give me some of your tips and tricks to becoming a godlike Ana player. Other than that, have fun guys and gank some noobs. The D out.